So today we have a little bit of a treat for you. We're actually going to go to a car show. We're going to meet up with a couple fans. We're going to answer your questions. I posted on social media and asked if you guys had any questions for us, let us know and we'll cover it in the next episode. And that's what we're going to do. But in the meantime, we actually have to get to the show. So we're going to leave from here and we're going to head up there and we're just going to have a nice time. So we'll see you when we're pulling in. Good, how are you? Yes, sir. So we're here at the show. You can't really see it behind me, but this place is packed. It's the most packed I've ever seen this show. I've been doing it for almost 10 years, and there's more people here than I've ever seen before. So the plan for today, we're gonna talk with everyone. In a little bit, we're gonna sit down and do a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram and in the Facebook fan group that I wanted you guys to ask us questions and we'd sit down and answer them. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So in the meantime, we're gonna hang out, talk with everyone, and in a little bit we'll sit down with you guys and we'll have a little chat. So. So we were going to sit down and do our Q&A right now, but as you guys can hear, it's a little too loud for that. So we're actually going to film the Q&A later, but I'll put all that footage in now. All right, so it's a little later. I'm hanging out with the boys, and I asked our fans, not so discreetly on social media, if they had some questions for us, and as it turns out, they do. So let's answer them real quick, and then we'll get back to the car show. Sound good? Too bad you guys couldn't be there with me. It was a nice day. So first up is a friend of the channel, someone who has given us an awful lot of help over the years, and that's Mr. Joe Regatuso. And he asked, when is the Vega getting started? Again. He's very interested in this project. The short answer is it's a project that's going to take a lot of capital. And it's something that is going to take a hell of a commitment on my end, both in capital and time, and I just don't have the ability to make that commitment right now. Hopefully someday soon in the future I will. I've been kind of getting a budget together and it ain't really a budget, but an idea of how much I need to spend, and it's gonna be astronomical by the time it's sitting on its tires and making its first pass. So it's probably on the furthest of the back burners that really I could get to right now. It's actually sitting in my garage right over there, and I haven't touched it in probably 6 months. So
I mean, the thing is that you probably got to mention is the fact that you probably could build another Vega much cheaper, but it's the fact of having to have to be this one.
yeah,
You
it's
got
more
some
about
ground
the
to
VIN
like
tag.
catch up with, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
which is fair.
I don't know how much you guys ever really got to see. It needs quarters, floors, rockers. I mean, everything, bumper to bumper, top to bottom. Everything on this car has to be touched, both on the power plant and the body. It needs a roll cage. It needs tubular front end. It needs a lot of stuff that is just a big investment in a lot of areas. So for now, it's kind of, like I said, on the back burner. The next question is from a guy that I met while cruising on 104, and he has become a fan of the channel.
Cool.
And it's my buddy Peter Nikosha. I hope I said that right. You never told me how to say your last name. He asked, which Caprice is faster, the 4-door or the 2-door? And I'm going to let you guys answer that one.
The blue one.
Yeah, we debunked. Well, we thoroughly debunked that with the Chevelle the one night,
Yeah,
because the Chevelle, we know what it runs,
yeah.
and we know what this
what,
runs.
a 19?
And yeah, I think it was 19.6.
All right,
Was
and
what my Chevelle ran the one time I ran it.
and this going to the track ran a 1430
I think it was, yeah.
at 97, and I let out at the 1,000 foot. So,
Acclaimed.
and he raced me in the white Caprice and literally left me for dead. It has
I
zero
did not
horsepower.
foresee that happening either.
No, neither did
No.
I. But I also didn't downshift a second like you did and hang the gear.
True.
I just let the car do its thing.
True.
So it's about luxury, not
But
speed.
we know roughly what it runs.
Roxanne asked, how did we all meet?
Oh.
Well, here, you
You
go
see,
first.
Joe was selling a car one day. True story. And it was a 2001 Z28, which I still have to this day, currently. And was selling it. Shell had already parted it out, basically. I came and I got it from him, but the thing was he was selling it without a rear end. And I go, all right, well, I'll buy it from you, but you got to help me find a rear end. So he did. And then I said, well, you want to go get it with me? And we did. And the whole time, out and back, I mean, it was actually during a blizzard, and it just turned out to be this, like, fun little mini road trip that was the start of a very long friendship that we didn't foresee, I don't think, at all at the time.
No.
And that's at least how Joe and I met, and Cody, I met. I don't know how you guys actually met, but I know I met you through the friendship.
Him and I
as
met
well.
at the beach at a car show through the girls.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
how-
right.
Our girls are best friends. So
Yep.
you were a friend of a friend, I guess.
Yeah. And then it turned into this, and then I met you. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somehow hot routers gravitate towards one
Yeah,
another.
and then we all met Regs
Yeah.
because I needed spacers and he had them, and he was an hour and a half away, so I hopped in the Buick and got down there in like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Roxanne also asked if we have any other trips planned
Oh.
and where.
Planned? No.
We have a
Ideas for
couple
them?
ideas.
A
Yeah.
ton. Yeah.
I don't know if we want to talk too much about the ideas because we don't want to disappoint if they don't happen.
Right. It's kind of hard to, until we have something set in stone, say where we're going and doing it.
Mhm.
Because,
It's tough.
you know, yeah, things change so much.
Yeah,
I will say this though, we have 2 epic road trips in the works that I think that not a lot of other people will be able to say that they've done, and that will make me pretty proud when we get a chance to pull it
Yeah.
off.
I believe I know what one you're talking about, and I can attest, yeah, that's a very likely one.
Yeah, I don't want to spill any beans though.
You're right.
Don't tell them about the one where we're going to go to the moon.
You know, keep you guessing.
Don't tell them about the one where we're going to go to the moon.
But you just told him. Naish asking, will you ever be featuring any Fords or Mopars in your cinemas?
Well, we actually already have 2 Mopars.
Yeah, we've featured 2 Mopars. No Fords yet.
No Fords.
No Fords.
Well, it's because they circle the problem right on the front.
And we may have a Toyota coming up. I'm lining that out with a buddy.
We may have a Toyota. We may have a Raging Bull, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. In terms of next cinema series.
Hey guys, Tyler here with JS Cinema Productions. I'm editing this episode for Joe, and I do just want to interrupt real quick and let you know that my favorite car will be featured in an upcoming cinema episode with 585 Garage. I had a Hellcat owner reach out to me wanting us to film his car. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to be able to fit it in. I'm hoping for August, but I've got a wedding to film then, so we'll see when I can squeeze it in and when the guys at 585 Garage want to dabble with that cat. So, back to the episode, and I hope you're liking it so far. Joe, this is a pretty good Q&A. I like it.
There might be a first-gen Monte Carlo that we might do.
Yeah, I did see that.
Maybe a Tesla, if we can convince the owner to let us borrow it for a little bit.
I think
Reese.
overarching though, the point of the question is we don't discriminate.
No.
Really.
No,
I mean,
we haven't.
we're car lovers of all, but it just happens to be that
There's no
all
cool
of us
Fords.
love Chevys.
Yeah, there's no cool Fords around. So
And Mopars are just too expensive.
it says the two guys that own them. So moving on to Instagram questions. Mason_Bradley71 asked, y'all coming back down to Florida anytime soon? He was one of the people that we met outside of Applebee's when we were changing tires on the Caprice because the slicks were not installed correctly and literally shaking the wheels off of this thing. It was so not good. But we had dinner and we were changing the slicks and
they
him and his
revving
they started revving at us and
which we were about.
yeah, we didn't take that.
Who's that?
Well, we also didn't take it laying down because we got a couple hot rods.
Yeah.
So we revved it up. I think we both put them on the rev limiters. And
Yeah.
then there was silence.
Yeah. And then there were footsteps. He was walking up to us.
Yeah.
Conversation and laughs.
Mullets.
Yep.
Mullets,
Mullets.
yeah.
That was good.
He was a cool
So-
dude.
But we might get back down to Florida at some point. That was actually maybe one of the road trips that we were thinking about. I'm not going to go into too much more detail about it, but it is a trip that I've always wanted to do. And if we do anything, it'll probably be in the winter because Florida in the winter is really nice.
Yeah.
Compared to like going down this time of year.
But it would be a very scenic trip.
Oh, either
I think
way.
a little less thrash wrenching,
It would be more of a vacation
just
trip.
more of a
My buddy Matt Whitaker asked me a couple questions. He asked if we have any events that you guys could meet and greet with 585 Garage at, like LS Fest, Drag Weeks, certain local car shows, things like that. The only one that we know of as a fact for now is Hardcore Happenings that's put on in a couple towns below us, and pretty much a bunch of car guys get together all day and do ridiculous burnouts in serious hot rods. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an episode, and I'm really excited to do it. And we're going to try to have as many cars there as possible.
And it didn't happen last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
So this year's
going to be packed.
Who and why is it 585 Garage?
So who is 585 Garage is kind of a loaded question because it's really not even just the three of us. Behind the scenes, you have Tyler, who pretty much runs our cinema deal. He's the one with all the camera gear. I just tell him to shoot that, and he does, and he's excellent at it. He comes up with a lot of great ideas. Matt Kumarowski is another one that comes to mind. That's also one of us. Joe Ragatuso, absolutely one of us, no doubt in my mind. At the last shoot we had Sam come out. That was really cool. I definitely think he's on that track. You know, I think that's it. There's anyone that's ever really helped out is a part of us, really. So it's not just us. It's really anyone you see walking around behind the camera, whether it's us, our girlfriends, our other buddies, anyone involved is really just down to help out. And I think that that's really who makes us, because it allows us to go and do these stupid, crazy things that we design in our heads.
We definitely have a core group and then a broader group, but there would be no group at all unless we had everything.
Right.
So why is it 585 Garage? 585. We're just paying homage to where we're from.
Mm-hmm. And originally it was my Instagram handle when I couldn't think of anything else, and then I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, that works.
And this is the 585 area code.
Yes.
Yes.
And it
To
doesn't
kind of
matter if
bluntly
we
put that.
leave. I mean, it's going to stay there. It'll just be 585 Garage, and then under it will be in yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
There is one more question.
Oh.
Reese Regatuso asked, will Beetlejuice ever run?
It runs
Oh,
and it drives.
Does it?
It does.
it does.
Does it make noise?
It does.
I can attest to
Bad
that.
noise?
It does.
It may have a few borrowed parts at the moment, but it runs
few.
great with them.
It
The whole
does.
car's
It does.
the whole car's borrowed.
No, just the carburetor. The rest is bought and paid for.
Yeah,
It is.
it is. Thank God someone did the research on the motor.
Thank God somebody was there to bail my ass out.
You'll see that on an upcoming episode of 585 Garage. But,
Joe Regatuso
oh, Joe again. Hey, buddy.
asks, do you guys have any interest in racing lawnmowers someday?
100% down.
Absolutely. I 100% do.
I won't if he is racing.
Oh, if he's racing, I definitely want to.
I factually know that he has one that's like on monster truck tires and does wheelies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but unless
I've
they're
seen him
all
do it,
on monster truck tires, that would be unfair.
I suppose.
They would all have to be like,
But he can grenade a lawnmower axle like nobody's business.
Dude, he's gone through 6 motors. I'd love to see him build a racing one.
me too. I'm surprised he hasn't. And maybe you'll see that at some point in the upcoming future. So we're going to get back to the car show. Stay tuned. We might have some surprises for you for the 4th of July. All right, so I love the questions. That was awesome. We have about 2 hours left at the show, so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're just going to keep enjoying the day. It is awesome now that COVID is done. We can go out here and do these things. We love doing them. We didn't get a chance to last year, so we're gonna do this sort of thing as much as we can. I don't know if we're gonna do episodes on it every time, but we're at kind of a loss, so this episode's gonna be kind of short, but we definitely have something cool planned for next time. Also, if you guys like what we do, make sure you comment, share, subscribe, and like. We really appreciate it. We've been making big strides on our website. We should have something up by the next video. We should be ready to go. So, hey man, we're just gonna keep rocking and rolling. I think maybe we'll take you around to see a couple really cool cars, and then we'll get out of here and see where the day goes. So we'll catch up with you then.
Maple Street. Make sure you
That
guys
guy
check
was
that
so
out.
disgusted with the
Let's see
wiring
everybody
job
out
on the
there.
Caprice.
Also, sign up for
I
the
opened the hood again. I
Father's
just
Day
closed it.
Sunday,
I opened it.
June
You want to see it? He goes, yeah, I opened it up. He goes, oh my goodness.
We're going to be out there
And just
doing
walked
another
away.
Father's Day car show.
I'm proud of that,
$10 in
actually.
advance, 50.
All right, so we had a great time at the Street Machines Outdoor Show. It was awesome. The weather was beautiful. It was absolutely killer. It was the first time in a year since they put it on. Unfortunately, COVID put the kibosh on that last year. It was really nice to get out and see a lot of old friends. The weather was awesome. The field was full of cars. You couldn't ask for anything better. We have a little surprise. You didn't think we'd leave you without a burnout, did you? Yeah, you would have gone for a swim.
Rolling like every time, like what?
GMAC never let you down until you have to charge it. But it's charged. This time on 585 Garage, we bring the freedom. We got the red, the white.
The last of the 50-50.
This guy is really getting annoying. Whole thing,
Like I am.
I can't even concentrate.
Roger.
The weather was awesome. This whole field is full of cars.
Good.
What do you mean you check? We can hear you.
Okay. What the world was gonna do, we had to
I don't even know what to say.
So we didn't bring the bleachers in. We didn't bring.
All right, so that was.
Thank Mr. Roger.
Oh my God!
The speed machine.
Every time. Actually. I'll do it in the middle of the night if I get up to take a piss. Ah! Jesus.